Welcome friends. In this video we are going to discuss important comparative aspect of three important repertory of homeopathy, namely Boenninghausen's therapeutic pocketbook by Dr. von Boenninghausen, Boenninghausen's characteristics and repertory by Cyrus Maxwell Boger, and the last one, that is Repertory of Homeopathic Materia Medica by James Tyler Kent. For the sake of comparison, we are going to discuss author's detail, editions, philosophical background, plan and construction, typology with gradations, number of medicines, cross-references, scope, limitation and adaptability of concerned repertories. Let's begin the journey with BTPB. Boenninghausen belonged to Netherlands, a lawyer and a botanist, very much interested in flora. He suffered from pulmonary tuberculosis in year 1827, and after trying many things he got cured with pulsatilla and complete recovery in 1828. Whereas author of BBCR, Boger is qualified himself as a homeopath and he belongs to Germany. And author of RHMM, Dr. Kent, is belongs to USA. Physician of Psychiatric School. His wife fell ill in 1878, did not respond to psychiatric or allopathic modes of treatment, completely cured with homeopathic medicines. Next point is editions. First German edition of BTPB was published in 1846, while French in 1847, whereas fifth American edition was published by T.F. Allen in 1931. At last, Dr. H.A. Roberts edited and published latest one in 1935. First edition of BBCR was published in 1905 by Borick and Tafel. Second edition, also known as first edition, was published in 1937 by Roy and Company. Fourth edition, also known as third Indian edition, was published in 1972 by B. Jain Publishers. First edition of RHMM was published in 1897 and latest one, that is 6th edition, in 1957, whereas first Indian edition in 1961. Moving ahead is philosophical background. BTPB emphasized more on completing the symptom with all their components, namely location, sensation, modality and concomitants. Fundamental concept which form the bedrock of therapeutic pocketbook are doctrine of analogy, doctrine of concomitant, evaluation of remedies, concordance, whereas doctrine of complete symptom and concomitants, with doctrine of pathological generals, doctrine of causations and time, clinical rubrics, evaluation of remedies, fever totality, concordance are the cornerstone of BBCR. Repertory of Homeopathic Materia Medica has deductive logic in the background, such that general, particular, mental generals, physical generals, particular includes characteristic particulars, common in particular. Now let's discuss the plan and construction of repertories. BTPB is divided into 7 chapters, namely mind and intellect, parts of the body, sensation and complaints. The fourth one is sleep and dreams, fever, alteration of state of health, and the last, relationship of remedies. Arrangement of rubrics in mind and intellect, sensation and complaints, sleep and dreams, alteration of state of health is alphabetical, whereas fever and parts of the body and organ has non-alphabetical arrangements. Whereas BBCR is divided into 49 chapters. Rubrics are arranged as generals and particular. In general, they are arranged as location, sensation, time, aggravation, amelioration, concomitant, and cross-references. Kent repertory has 37 chapters, and rubrics are arranged in alphabetical and sub-rubrics as site, time, modality, extension format. Common to all three repertories that they follow Hahnemannian schema in their construction. Chapters are arranged from mind to general modalities. Next point is gradation of medicines. Final edition of both repertories, BTPB and BBCR, have 5 gradations. First grade is capital with 5 marks, second grade is bold with 4 marks, third grade is italic with 3 marks, fourth grade is Roman with 2 marks, and the last 5th grade is Roman with parenthesis with 1 marks. Kent repertory has only 3 grades. First grade is bold with 3 marks, second grade is italic with 2 marks, and third grade is Roman with only 1 marks. Number of medicine in BTPB are 126 minus 4 plus 220 is equal to 342. That is, original edition has 126 medicines. In that list of 4 were removed and 220 were added by Allen. That makes 342. BBCR have 478 medicines, where Kent repertory have 648 medicines. Talking about cross-references, BTPB had mentioned at end of each chapter. BBCR also the similar pattern of cross-references, while Kent had given aside to main rubric where it seems necessary. Scope of BTPB includes case with complete symptom, where one can use theory of analogy, concomitant or prominent, and case with few mentals is given. Where BBCR is more useful with case having pathological generals, fever totality, and more relevant than BTPB. Modalities are explained more specifically. Deductive logic gives specific path to complete symptom. Various chapters are easier to assess and understand. Kent have detailed rubrics in mental aspect, amplified from BTPB, specific concomitants and modalities to each locations, thus minimizing the error of grand generalization. More number of medicines give more opportunity of similarity. Major limitations to BTPB is that though it based on the philosophy of complete symptom but does not strictly follow this principle in construction, many chapters had mentioned limited number of rubrics. Well-known and important medicines are not found in many rubrics. Example, desire for salt, natrum mur is not mentioned. Fixed order in the arrangement of rubrics, misplaced rubrics, for example, parotid gland, ear and rectum, stool, mind section is not well represented, only 35 rubrics are given. In BBCR, rubrics are not completed as regard to location, sensation, modality and concomitants. Concomitants have not been discussed at the end of each and every chapter. Due to unsystemic arrangement of chapters, difficulty arises while working out a case. While repertorization, chapters example appetite, thirst, taste, etc. did not require to be discussed separately. They could have been included under the chapter stomach. Bowel nosodes have not been incorporated. Extensive particularization of chapters like teeth, upper extremities. Whereas about Kent repertory, Dr. Pulford complains in some parts the rubrics are overgeneralized and in some parts there is over-particularization. Omission of vast number of medicine provide till date desired medicine under a particular rubric, sub-rubric are lacking. Similar rubric appear in 2 or more different places. And example, meningitis is mentioned at 2 places. Head inflammation, meninges of and back, inflammation of cord, members of. Many symptoms have single remedy which cannot be used for repertorization, utterly fail to complete each symptom. BTPB is more adaptable to case with complete symptom, case with prominent sensations and modalities on some parts but vague in other parts. Case with prominent concomitants, cases with paucity of symptoms, with scattered modality and no characteristics, case where general are lacking. Whereas BBCR can be used with case in rich in particular or pathological generals or clinical symptoms. Also in any type of fever or case rich in concomitants can be repertorized. Kent is more adaptable to case having prominent mental symptoms, predominant general symptoms, symptoms are well defined, presence of characteristic symptoms. As conclusion, we can say that all the repertories represent its own area of adaptability and tie in the history of repertory. That includes the comparison of the three repertories. Thank you. See you soon.